Hi everyone and welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review. For this one I'm taking a look at the second Doctor and TARDIS set, which is based on the 1969 Doctor Who story The War Games, which of course was Patrick Troughton's final regular story as the second Doctor. As always, first of all we're going to take a look at the packaging for this set, which was released by B&M towards the end of 2020. The set retains the same usual style guide which has been used on the packaging from the B&M range. We have the second Doctor and TARDIS displayed in the window box packaging with that same silver and blue pattern all the way around with the current Doctor Who logo. At the back it gives you a bio about the War Games and a little bit about the second Doctor's regeneration. On the inside we have the backdrop of the TARDIS corridor, which is seen throughout this epic 10-part adventure. First things first, let's talk about the second Doctor from this set. Second Doctor sculpt is the exact same as the one which was first seen on the 2009 SDCC exclusive, which came with a Cyberman from the Tomb of the Cybermen. Of course, with all of these B&M releases, we have had a few changes to the paint applications, and for this particular figure these have been applied very well. I think what they've done is they've added a little bit of a dirt wash to the overall costume to make it look like that his time's coming to an end and he's been running around, because throughout the War Games the second Doctor does a lot of running around, like in all the different war zones and what have you, like when he goes to the First World War zone. If we just take a comparison, for example, this is the version of the second Doctor as seen from the three Doctors. So technically, yeah, that version does come after this one. This one, though, I do like because it is a second Doctor figure from his actual era, which we haven't really had from a retail release. It's always just been Forbidden Planet exclusive, so it's really nice to see this get released in the B&M range along with a few alterations. Looking at the body overall, as you can see, like on the coat, you have bits of scuff marks which basically remind us of the War Doctor's costume, and just going all around, like the checkered trousers and everything, there's little rips in there and little dirt marks which are just basically little speckles of brown paint, and it really works well. But you still have that overall look for the second Doctor, like with his bow tie, which is very nicely painted blue with little white dots. He has his white shirt with the white buttons. He has his red handkerchief there just in his pocket. He's got his baggy pockets there, and the shoes, which should just been painted grey with a little bit of brown on top, just to give that impression that he's been running around quite a bit. Overall, I really do like this figure, and once again, if we just take a look at the head sculpt, it is an absolutely immaculate head sculpt of Patrick Troughton as the second Doctor. If he was alive to see this, I'm pretty sure that he would have loved this. If you know your second Doctor figures, then the articulation is pretty much the same as what you get with all the other ones. The head hardly moves, it can't do a 360-degree turn. We never got this, or at least on my second Doctor figures we've never had this anyway. I don't really want to try because I'm afraid if the head will snap off, so be really careful with that. You have 360 at the shoulders, and you have joints in the biceps and the elbows. You can have 360-degree turns at the wrists, although it is quite hard to do because of the baggy sleeve of his jacket, but that's fine because that's what it's like on all the others as well. You have waist articulation, which can do 360 very easily. You have thigh articulation, and you also have joints in the knees that can bend. So overall, pretty standard for this guy. Now on to what some will see as the main attraction for this set, and is the first ever figure release of the second Doctor's TARDIS. What we have here is the exact same sculpt which has been used on previous B&M TARDIS sets, except the paint applications are once again different. The most notable difference for this particular TARDIS is the lamp. So if I just move this very gently, you can see that the sculpt for the lamp at the top here is a brand new one, and overall I really like it, and I think it is the one element which stands out most about this particular TARDIS prop which has been made for this set. Also, the sign at the front is white with black lettering, but if you look at the other sides of this TARDIS, you have the black background with the white lettering just at the signage there. Once again, you have the horrible sound thing there, but obviously these aren't electronic sound effects TARDISes. They're just the bare bones shell, if you will. Overall, as I've said in previous reviews, I really like the sculpts of these TARDIS sets and everything. I really like the paint jobs that they've received. However, one thing which strikes me as very odd about this particular TARDIS is it more or less looks like a black TARDIS. Because if you just look at this TARDIS with the backdrop of what it's got, it looks like a black one, which is very strange. And obviously the TARDIS exterior is blue, so it's very strange as to why Character Options decided to go with this choice for this release. And what else is really baffling to me is the prototype images for this set. The TARDIS, it looks far better in the prototype images compared to what we've got in the final product, which is a real shame. I think if you had the picture in black and white, then overall I'd say that this TARDIS would look much better. But when you put this TARDIS on the shelf alongside other TARDIS figures, then it really sticks out like a sore thumb. I'd definitely say that this is the strangest TARDIS that we've ever had released by Character Options thus far. Once again, this TARDIS retains the same opening door mechanism, so I can just push these forward like that. You don't really have anything inside, there's nothing really to see, so I never display these open. And if we just close that there, and we just push the little button that you can just see there, voila, it is closed yet again. And little things like the signage and the keyhole and the handle of the doors, very nicely detailed. And if you just look at the bottom, yeah, it's just a plain old base. So yeah, overall this is a bit of a weird one for me. Highlight of this set easily has to be the second Doctor. It's really nice to have more second Doctor figures, and I think on the whole I think we should have more figures which represent the 1960s, as it has been lacking all the way through this line. The detractor for this set is easily the TARDIS. It looks nice and everything, but when you display it with all the other TARDISes on the shelf, then it looks really strange. So yeah, bit of a mixed bag for me. I guess that the rest is up to you. Would you get this set for this TARDIS? I think the reason I would get this set would be purely for the good second Doctor figure. So that's my review of the second Doctor and TARDIS set based on the War Games. Thank you very much for watching, and join me for more Doctor Who content on the channel. Make sure to subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.